Hey guys, welcome back to STEM Talk. We are a podcast by fans for fans. I'm your host, Apraxis or Noah. I'll be joined by my co-host Mason or Strolzy. We are talking about all things Call of Duty, game mechanics, anything CDL, roster moves, major locations, everything. Hope you guys enjoy this video. We'll get right into the news.
Get right into the news. What are we, drama alert now?
Yes, sir, baby.
Last time I checked, I'm not a 30-year-old man, but but we are talking about a third game mode, and we do not know as of right now about this third game mode. I'm sure we're gonna get what we've been getting with Control, but what I mean,
Sadly.
which it plays similar to back in the day, Demolition. So we could. I mean, it's not a change, but with these old style maps, we don't know how certain things are going to play. Especially Hardpoint being a big talking point right now, because they didn't play
Oh
it
yeah.
back, and the spawns for some of these maps are kind of not built for Hardpoint.
They're not what they used to be.
Well, no, they're not what they are now. Like what they are now is they're based more for Hardpoint. But
Yeah, true.
back in the day, they were not.
Hmm.
It was kind of just spawn in and run, and then maybe something happens. I'm not saying spawns now are good at all. I don't know how many times I've spawned in, immediately taken a gunfight, but
Died.
I'm not gonna say that I did it a couple times today. But yeah, but I mean, there's apparently coming from the analysts from Optic, and I think I've seen it a couple other places talking about what game modes could be in, or what game modes they'd like to see in. But he had 8 of them on there. One of them was War slash Momentum. I don't know exactly what that would entail, but I'm sure it would be more something
Yeah,
of. I'm sure it would be something like a progressional thing.
uh, yeah, I could see it being more like a battlefield type of game mode than anything.
Maybe not a Battlefield. I don't know. I don't know if Battlefield had it, but
Well,
if you've ever played Star Wars Battlefront,
I've
okay, so how
yes,
Star Wars Battlefront went is
that's a
you attack like Domination esque.
you have yeah, you have two sites that you attack. You finish collecting those. You go to the next.
Yeah, but if you
Get
have
those. Go to the next.
yeah, but yeah, so War slash Momentum would be something
Hmm.
like that maybe. I mean, it would be. I don't know. I don't know how that would play with CDL. You know.
I don't think I don't think that would work too well in CDL just because that it feels more like a full team type of game mode
Yeah. Yeah, I think that would
instead of
be
a four
more.
v four.
Yeah, it would feel more like a 12v12 kind of game.
Mm-hmm.
But then, of course, for a third game mode or replacement for Hardpoint, Demolition, it's tried and true. Everybody knows the Demolition works, so they used to play
Yeah.
it. So I mean, it's a good shout to bring back and use it to play. But I mean, I don't know if how many people are going to want to watch a 8-minute game of Demolition. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't know if
I mean,
you.
Demolition would be cool. I didn't watch back then, but I Demolition would be cool as long as it's not like super slow like it used to play in like a pub match. So I remember playing Demolition a couple times in pubs, and it just takes so long.
Yeah, for it would just take long, but it would just be long gameplay. That's like the only like struggle with Demolition that I would have. Um, of course, for a third game mode, always go back to Control. We've seen it. We know how it plays. We know competitively it works. Um, I mean, it's kind of like a momentum game as well. But I mean, it's not as back and forth sometimes as Hardpoint and Search and Destroy can be in the CDL. You know, a lot of some control games are very one sided. Every now and then we kind of get a banger where it's a back and forth or like a nail biter. Most of them are kind of blowouts. It's 3-1, 3-0. So I think a lot of people would like to switch up with the game mode. Um, I think a better replacement for a similar game mode would be Capture the Flag, maybe. I think everybody
Yeah.
would like that. It's a lot more faster paced. Um, it brings in more mechanics rather than just, okay, push this point, hold this spawn, you know, block this.
Yeah.
It, there's
You have to worry
there's more
about keeping
levels.
your flag at your base.
Yeah, it makes it more complex and a more faster paced kind of game. You might not see
Yeah, definitely.
you might not see like a high scoring game. It would be more of like a, ooh, somebody's about to make a play. Oh, he got shut down. Oh, they're gonna make a play now, or oh,
Yeah.
they have the flag. We gotta go get. They have to go get their flag back. Kind of like a, all right, we're about to see how this goes. Or
Yeah.
we'll get those last minute flag pulls where they're running, and it's like a buzzer beater to cap it on a 1-1 to send it home. You know.
Yeah, to win the game. That's I wish we would get that back. I'm not even gonna lie. Those were always the matches that were fun to watch.
Yeah, CTF is just fun to watch in general. I mean,
Hmm.
for the most part, every esport I think has it. That has it involved within their system.
Yeah.
But then you bring and then a fourth option, or technically a fifth if we talked about capture the flag. We got Gridiron, which would be a boots on the ground version of Uplink, a very fan favorite game mode that I think everybody would like to see. It again brings that it brings that kind of nail biter aspect and fast pacedness. I just feel Control's a slower game where
Yeah.
you're going from hard point fast pace to S&D slow pace, and then Control,
Hmm.
which is kind I mean
A medium pace.
at points it is fast paced, but for the most part,
Hmm.
whenever you get a complete restart, like reset, it's slow, especially whenever the
Yeah.
teams get reset. So I mean, I think a Gridiron or a CTF would make these game like it bring a sense of urgency to the game. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so the fifth, you could say, game mode that was brought up is Gridiron, which is a boots on the ground version of Uplink. Uh, I think just a game like CTF or Gridiron slash Uplink, whatever you want to call it, refer to it. It just brings another fast paced game mode that'll have somebody on
Yeah.
like the edge of their seat ready to watch. You know, I think Control as a game is a lot slower pace. We're going from Hardpoint that's fast paced to S&D that's slow pace, and then you throw Control in there. It's kind of a fast at points, but most of the time it's slow, especially whenever you get these resets. Now there it does come to these crunch time moments where you have people diving onto the point. It's last second. You got a second and a half to get on
Yeah.
there. But for the most
We
part,
had a couple of those last year with
yeah, we did. One that comes to mind is Kenny clutching it on like a 1.5 or something like that against Optic on
Dan
Icedale.
Ghosty. Yeah, Dan Ghosty clutching it against FaZe on Hotel
Yeah,
with like 2 seconds left, pops a nice little three-piece, hops on point to win the game.
but I think having that nail biter of a game mode really like livens up the competitiveness of it. Because I mean, you could have a round 11.
Yeah, it wouldn't.
So go ahead, go ahead.
Oh, all right. It wouldn't be a like a go to the bathroom type of game mode
Yeah,
for the fans.
yeah. It's not like I can miss a couple rounds. There's three. It kind of keeps you on the edge of your seat.
Yeah,
Like you go from hard point where you can have like an incredible game where it's where like you get an LA Thieves Las Vegas Legion game where a team comes back from 100 points. You know, you could have a game where
yeah,
it's coming down to the point where it's 230 to 220 and there's 1 point and either team can win it off of this 1 point. Where and then you got S&D.
you could have it the. Oh yeah, S&D could go crazy.
Yeah, or you can have like on hard point you could have like the barber shop on Mercado, where you're kind of like it's kind of a every like somebody's coming from the front, somebody's coming from the back, gunfight, and then the person that came in the front still alive, and another person fills from the back, gunfight, they win, and then the next person. It's just like kind of like a back and forth ping pong
The
match.
bloodbath.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
you got S&D where it can go to around 11, game 5, you know, like last map, last round situation. It's a nail biter. You want to see who wins. Like you got to watch. I think a game mode like Gridiron or Capture the Flag would be that game.
oh yeah,
Like from a fan perspective, not
yeah.
no
This
no game mechanics, no nothing like that. Purely from a fan perspective.
just from purely from just watching it, Gridiron or CTF would probably be the best third game mode.
Yeah, just the dopamine you get from watching these like bang out of a game, like these
Oh yeah,
constant moving, or like the nail biting of an S&D where like anybody could win. It's a final round. Like what's gonna happen? You got these clutch moment 1v3s and stuff. Like it's a nail biter. Like I'm on the edge of my seat watching, and I want to see
oh
what
yeah.
happens. Whereas like Control, I'm like
Uh-huh.
I could put my phone down, or I could go get a snack real quick, and then I'll be back. And the team might come back, it might not, but I still have another round where I can catch up on it.
I can miss the first two. Fine.
Exactly, but I think a game mode like that would bring something into it. And then our sixth and seventh option, talking about a third hardpoint or a third S&D. Um, I mean, it would force the map pool on players rather than having these teams have insta bans. Whenever it comes to the map
Yeah.
pool, like certain teams being like, "This team's really good. We really suck. We're not playing this map." It kind of makes the teams play the maps that they don't want to play. And it makes them
Hmm.
kind of think. It makes them kind of think a little bit more strategic. Like maybe we should play the worst map first, and then give us our better two maps last.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I think as a fan, as a watcher, as a consumer, we'd we'd much rather see a different game mode, something that's going to switch up the pace or add another gear to it.
Yeah. I definitely don't want to see a third hardpoint or a third S&D added.
Yeah.
I feel like it just get too bland after that.
Yeah, I mean, two very good game modes, but it's kind of like seeing the same thing too much.
Hmm.
And then
We already have two of both game modes,
yeah,
so
and then in the championship games, you got is it three hard points? Three hard points.
two searches. Like,
three searches in a control? Because
I think so.
I'm pretty sure it's hardpoint S&D control, uh, search, hardpoint
Back to hard
search.
point. No, it's back to hard point, then search, and then another hard point as the last, I think.
But yeah, but
I don't remember.
but it just makes it's what it's gonna do to the map pool, right? It's gonna take away
Hmm.
It's gonna take away the map bans. That's what it's gonna end up being. Where
Yeah.
teams are gonna have to either play all of the S&Ds or all of the hard points. You know.
Yeah.
Another game mode is Team Defender, which is like a Halo oddball kind of game mode. Capture the flag, and you got to protect your teammate for as long as possible. Uh, it I think it would be good. Just I mean the pay.
Not
I think the pace would be the only problem because like hardpoint's already similar to that if you think about it. You got one guy who's gonna sit in the hill while everybody else is kind of
yeah, protecting you.
yeah. But I mean, with Team Defender, I think it would be a lot more slower. You know,
Yeah.
it'd be a while.
I mean,
It'd be a while before people touch the like grab the flag. You know.
yeah.
Um,
Okay, it's Halo Oddball. If you guys have never watched it, it is a very slow game mode. So it would end up playing exactly like that.
yeah.
You go get the ball or flag, go hide in a corner, and your team protects you.
Exactly, and it would just be like sitting in a corner. Like you're watching one guy sit in a corner while, especially if you have a really good team versus a really bad team. I mean,
Yeah,
they're all pros at the end of the day, but we have clear cut good players on teams, and
yeah,
it'd be kind of boring to watch three guys beat up on four, while one guy sits in a corner and holds a flag. You know, like
it'd be like watching that game mode. Let's say FaZe play against the Royal Ravens last year. It would just be, let's say, Simps sitting in a corner while a BZ Celium and Slasher just killing everybody.
yeah, it'd be pointless. Well, if you're gonna bring that team in, it would be Slasher holding the flag.
True.
But yeah, I think it would just pace wise, it would make no sense. Another game, I kind of like it, but another like it's another kind of pacey, like a
Hmm.
slow pacey game. Safeguard, if I'm not mistaken, Safeguard is kind of like if you watch Overwatch, um, where you got to push the bot forward
Yeah,
or the
it's.
car forward. I mean, they used to play it. It was a game mode in I think BO3, and it was a game mode
I
in
IW, I think.
it might have been IW. I know it was a
I
jetpack.
think
They had
IW
one in
had.
a jetpack game, and they had one in World War II. I know that. But I mean,
I think it was IW, or if I think so. I'm not too sure.
it would bring the it would bring the nail biter factor in.
Hmm.
It would still just be a slow paced game. It would be pretty much exactly like Control. You know, you'd have your
Yeah,
moments, you'd have your bang out moments, and then you'd have your slow moments where nothing's
yeah.
happening. Like
It would. It'd get boring after a while.
yeah, you'll have your moments where all four players are around the point and they're trying to do something, and then you'll also have your
Hmm.
moments where you have four guys doing nothing and four guys just respawning. You know,
Yeah,
so I mean
yeah. Because I feel like that game mode's gonna come with a lot of team wipes back to back.
yeah,
So there's gonna be a lot of just dead time of pushing the payload.
but that's what I mean. Like it would play just like Control.
Control.
It'd be the
Yeah.
same problem with Control.
Hmm.
You'd have a set spawn, and they're they can fucking choose to sit right in front of you, and they know where you have to come out of. So that would be that would be the problem.
Hmm.
But I think the three the the two top game modes that I would really like to see would be either Gridiron, because everybody loved Uplink. I think if you can make Gridiron good, then
Hmm.
you have something special there. And CTF, I think CTF would be great to have, and we already know it works with these maps. So
Yeah, especially since it being old Call of Duty maps.
yeah,
You can go watch VOD and see CTF did work on these maps.
yeah. So I mean, at the end of the day, it's gonna be the CDO's choice or the player's choice. I
Hmm.
don't know. I'm not in that loop. Um, but as a fan, I would love to see a faster pace, more like impact kind of game. I want to be on the edge of my seat the whole time I'm watching. I don't want to feel like I can walk away. I want to
Yeah.
always. I want to be locked in at all times to the match. You know,
Oh yeah.
like, and I think like just the one problem that I have as a consumer of the product. As a player, when I play Control, it's fast. We
Oh yeah.
as gamers, as people who play the game, it's fast. But as somebody that watches, it gets bland at certain points.
Yeah.
Now when the
Especially when you have these top four teams playing these bottom four teams.
yeah, like when the squad wipes are happening, it's great. But after they happen and you gotta
Hmm.
wait
But
for
after,
this team to come back, or you get maps
hmm,
like Fortress where you're just they're just sitting. Where they had the Breach game where they just sat in spawn. That happened in a couple
yeah,
games where Fortress turned into an automatic ban for every team that was playing because they just didn't want to deal with that.
yeah,
So I mean, that's just the one gripe that I have with Control. As a player, great game mode to play. It's fun. As somebody who's watching, it gets boring.
yeah.
But what isn't boring is all the
CTF and Gridiron.
well that too. But I was gonna say all of our episodes that you can watch on our
Oh yeah.
YouTube channel and in the future, our future videos. Those are not boring. But if y'all want more, we're always uploading every week. Interesting content. Season's coming up, so more content's going to be putting out there. Um, we might do some prize pick stuff. We might do some predictions. Uh, we
I will definitely do
maybe
some predictions.
maybe we do some watch parties. But
That would be fun.
yeah. But till then, we're just gonna have to satisfy you with these videos. That we currently have all the information that is available to us and the rumors that is available to us from people in the inner circle. Like we always say, we're fans just like you guys. We just want the outlook that you have. So
Hmm.
till next time, enjoy our past videos. Enjoy the videos to come. We'll see you in the next one.
This is guys.